Hi everyone. This is part 6 of Java 8 stream interview programs. So in this video, now we are going to solve this question. How to find only duplicate elements with its count from the list in Java 8. Let me show you how we can do using Java 8 stream methods. So here I declared a list with some strings. It contains duplicate strings as well. So the approach is simple. I am going to do group by strings. So the map contains the key value. Key is the string, value is the frequency of the each string. So after that, I am applying filter on that map. So I am filtering the frequency which is greater than 1. So then the strings are repeated more than one time. After that, I am going to print. So let's start with coding part. So first we have to convert given collections into stream using dot stream method. After that, I am using collect method. Instead, I am going to do group by collectors dot group by. So here we have to pass the key. So to pass the key here, I am using function dot identity method. So this method will return the parameter which you passed. So here I am passing parameter string. So now I am using collectors dot counting to maintain the frequency of each character, each string. So now I have a map with the key and values. So now I am going to do filter on the map data. So I cannot apply stream method directly on the map. So I have to convert given map into set. The set is type of entry class. Entry class is a static class from the map interface actually. So that class only has the key and value variables. So now I'm going to filter the data. Filter. Filter will take the predicate as the parameter. So before I'm using filter, I have to convert this set into streams. Then only I can apply the filter on that. So here I have to give the Boolean condition. The condition is too simple. Get value, it should be greater than 1. So after that, I'm creating map type result set. So to do that, I'm using here collect method, collectors dot map, to map method. So here I'm going to use map dot entry class. Here I'm using method reference get key. After that, I have to do for value as well. So entry dot get value. So the result type is map. That may declare a variable to store the result. So now we will print this collect. Let me run. So if you see here, the duplicate strings are Java and Spring because these are only repeated more than one time. The problem now we can see those in the console output. If you know any alternative and better approach, please let me know in the comments. I will do video on that again. Next question, how can you use optional class to avoid the null pointer exception? Let me show you some use cases. So you no need to tell everything, but some of them if you tell, the interviewer are too happy. So here I took some real-time example. Let's say here I created a address class with some fields, and as well I created a employee class. Employee class holded the address class reference as well. So here I created an object for employee and address as well. So let's say in real time how we can use. So first method is optional dot off method. So use case, when you are sure 100% the values are not null. Let's say you have an objects like so many. So if you want to convert these objects into optional type, so you can use this reference, but you should, the object should be not null, then only you have to pass here, or else it will throw null pointer exception. So once you convert object into optional type, so you can use in the given way. Let's say optional dot get and the get name. So in this way also we can avoid null pointer exceptions. Second use case, optional dot off nullable method. So whenever the object may be null, by that time you can go to off nullable method. Safely creates an optional without throwing an null pointer exception. Best choice in our real-time examples. Let's say this is the case. So here the object may be null also. In this scenario he can try is present. It is used to check whether the value is existed inside optional or not. It helps us to provide the null pointer exception. Let's say this is not only the case in objects dot not null non null method also you can use to avoid the null pointer exception. Basically here what you have to understand, for better readable code we are using here optional. Next one, if present. Use case, execute logic only if value is present. Cleaner alternative to is present method, commonly used for logging, printing, processing. See, if you see here, here I given for if condition, but if you see already here I converted object into off nullable. After that I am using is print. It's more readable approach apart of nothing. And one more, map. Use case, if you see, use it to transform extract values from objects safely to avoid multiple nested null checks. Let's say if you want to write by yourself, you have to write null check condition in this given way. If employee not null, in this way you have to write. So if you use optional, you can do like this directly, like chaining. Here you are doing chaining. You are checking object is null or not. After that you are using map to transform the result. So in the same way you are getting address as well. After that address is null means city not found, you are sending as sending as by default value. So if you see, this is more clean and readable way. One more, or else method. Use case, return default values if optional is empty. Let's say sometimes the value might not be there. By the time what you have to do, you should return the some default value based on your use case. So if you see here, here we have a null object of employee. So if the object is null means here we are creating one dummy object with some random values. In real time you can use in this similar way. Next one, or else get. Use case, similar to or else but object creation is lazy. Supplier execute only when value is absent. Better for performance if object creation is costly. So whenever if you see here, similar or else but it's a lazy actually, similar to or else but object creation is lazy. See, until it's required it won't create any object here. Actually here this is only for performance and the costly objects. Like sometimes in your application you might have a complex objects, by the time you can go to using or else get method. Last one is or else throw. This is very frequently used method in real-time applications. So use case is throws custom exception if value is absent, commonly used in service, database and API layers. Let's say what will happen, the API is written for get employee by ID. For that ID there is no employee means by the time you can use or else throw method employee not found exception. One thing, you no need to tell everything, every method to interviewer. You can tell out of 3 to 4 methods, they are happy with that. Next question, how do you get the 3 maximum numbers and 3 minimum numbers from the given list using Java streams? So this is very simple and easy question. Let me show you how we can achieve. Let's say here I created a list with some numbers. So first I'm going to find the 3 maximum numbers. The approach is, now we are going to sort the integers in descending order and taking top 3 numbers. To do that, first we are converting collections into stream. After that, we are sorting in reverse order. So after that, we are taking top 3 numbers using limit method. So by the end, we are converting data into list type. So this method will give us uh, top 3 maximum numbers. In same way, we are doing for minimum numbers as well. So here we are sorting, but here we are not doing any reverse order because by default the sorting is natural sorting. So the order of elements in ascending order. So we are picking the top 3. We are converting result into list type. After that, by the end, we are printing maximum and minimum numbers. So let me run it. Actually, if you are getting any problem from Java streams, we have already inbuilt method, so you have to use. There is no complex things. If you see here, these are the top 3 maximum and minimum numbers from the given list. If you know any alternative solutions, please let me know in comments. I'll do video on that.